Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I get to hop on here live. You actually get to see my face instead of listening to my voice. So I'm super pumped to be on here today and chat with you guys a little bit about how to get your audience to buy your program, how to figure out what they want, and how to get them running to your door to buy your next program. So I'm super pumped to be on here. I am Kristen. I'm the other face of the Biz Runner, so I'm so happy to be chatting with you guys live today. If you're catching the replay and you don't know much about me, I am Kristen. I am the tech and backend expert over at the Biz Runner. So anytime someone needs help with anything technology, I specialize in like website development and design, but I also love integrations and systems and things like that. I'm a systems expert, that's for sure. And so that's a little bit about me, but our goal is always here to help business owners and people interested in becoming a VA understand the ins and outs of running a business. So I'm going to chat with you guys about, and I focus a lot more on the business owner aspect of it just because that's me. Like I am a business owner. I feel like I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I co-own this business with Kelly. I have my own running business, and I also have another business that I just started up. And so I feel like I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I love talking to the business owners about different aspects of business. So I don't consider myself a business coach. My business coach is like, I don't know why you don't think of yourself as that, but I definitely don't focus on that as much. I like doing the back end and kind of being like the behind the scenes person when it comes to business, except for my own. But I'm up here and up front today, so I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit about how to figure out what your audience wants so they're running to your door. I am going to hopefully share this with our group. If you're not in our group, we are the Badass Biz Runners, and we would love for you to be in our group. It's full of virtual assistants and business owners, and we give these tips and get you guys engaged in everything. So we would love to have you in there if I can get it to share. Oh, there we go. Share to a page. And then that's not what I want. Share to a group. And then we will get chatting about knowing what your audience wants. Yay! So, like I said, I'm also a business owner, not only with the Biz Runners, but my own business. I run a run coaching business and called The Concrete Runner. And so it started as a blog, oh my gosh, 7 years ago, over 7 years ago, and has developed into a business. And it's kind of my main business, but this is also one of my main businesses as well. So I know what goes into launching a program. And you put so much work and time and effort into launching a program. And the worst thing that can happen is you launch this program, you go through all the steps, and then crickets. Oh, crickets. That's the worst thing ever. To put all this time and effort into your program and then no one buys it. And it's like, why did I just waste my time? And then you start questioning like, where did I go wrong? What is the issue? What is the problem? And really what it comes down to is, do you know what your audience wants? And before you know what they want, do you know what your audience needs? So that's the first thing that you need to figure out. What is it that your audience needs? And here's the tricky part about it. They might not even know what it is. So for me and my running business, for the people that I work with, it's not just that they want to run faster. Yes, absolutely they want to run faster, but there's so many more things that they need out of it to get to that goal. And so a lot of times I'm focusing more on like, hey, I'm going to help you get faster. But because I'm helping you do this, I'm also going to help you gain confidence. I am going to help you get accountability. I'm going to help you stay motivated. All these other intrinsic, extrinsic factors that go into what they actually need. Like, yes, they want the physical possibility of getting faster, but at the same time, they are lacking that confidence. They're lacking that accountability. So knowing what they need is really important before knowing what they want. But when it comes to what they want, you have to be willing to ask and figure out what they want, because they're not just going to come out and just tell you. Guaranteed, some people do that. I will tell you that I tell my business coach all the time, like, look, this is what I want. Can you do this for me? And because I know that I am her ideal client, she'll do it. So I get that. And I have people ask me all the time, like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's see if I can develop a program with that. So it's totally possible to actually have someone tell you what they want. But most of the time, they're not going to tell you what you want. You have to like get into their heads and you have to pull it out of them. And so there's a couple really, really great ways to do that. And so one of the ways, and one way that I use the most, is getting into my Facebook group. And some of you who are in our Facebook group probably see this. You see that we ask questions all the time. These questions give us research. It's our research on what you want and how we can best serve you. So we know for a lot of our clients, their core desire is they want to make money. They want to make money from home. They want to spend more time with their kids. They want to be able to travel more. They want to live this luxury life, but they don't know how to do that with their main job. So they're looking for a side hustle, and then it's like, oh, but I don't want to go sell something because it's icky. Like, none of us really like to sell anything. It's icky. It feels gross. No one wants to like spam their friends and everything and to be like, hey, can you buy this from me? Like, that's not fun. And so we're trying to find that way. And so we figure out what you want. And a lot of times people just don't know what a virtual assistant does. And so we are trying to figure out exactly where we need to go with our programs and things like that. Same with our business owners, like figuring out what is the main thing that the people that we work with now, our clients now, what do they want? So a lot of times it's just going into our group or going onto our Facebook page and asking like, hey, and you might not even realize like that's what we're doing. You might not realize like that's our market research. So like a way that like someone in the fitness business might do this was like, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to losing weight? So a lot of times I ask my runner, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to getting faster? What do you feel like is the missing piece in that? So just posing a question and having them comment underneath that will give you great market research. And then you can just kind of pull from that and figure out how can I develop a program that's going to help them with this. So that's going to give them that need and that want at the same time. You could also create a poll in your Facebook group. So do this in your own Facebook group. So if you don't have a Facebook group, that's a really great way to get people engaged. So it just can be a free community. Ours is the Badass Biz Runners. And so it's a community full of people. And we'll put polls in there. You know, I don't think we've done one in a while, but we might put polls in there like, hey, what do you want from us? It might be like, hey, I'm trying to do some research on a blog post. What would you like us to do a blog post on or a video series on or something like that? So put a poll in there, give them some options and they can click on it and you'll have some very tangible results very quickly. Other things you can do, go into other Facebook groups where your ideal client would hang out and just start looking at the feed. Look and see what people are asking. What is it that they most want out of your program? What is it that they're really looking for? And so you can get some research from it that way. And some of these other great ways that I do these every once in a while, but not very often. And I should do it more. Just see, it's so time consuming where I can easily just ask a question and get immediate feedback. But go into Amazon and find some books that you know your ideal client, your audience would be reading, that, you know, what is it that they need and what kind of books would they want? So like, say that they're really struggling, you know that they're struggling with copy. So you might find the book, Writing Copy That Sells. And so then you're going to go and you're going to look at the reviews. You're going to look at the good reviews and you're going to look at the bad reviews and just pull some things from there to figure out what is it that they're looking for? What is it? Why did they get this book? And what is it that they're looking for? So that's one way you can do it. Or do a Google search. Like, okay, so copy editing. What is their biggest trouble with writing copy? You know, like see different things and see what pops up. So those are some really easy ways to figure out what is it that your audience wants.